45 years ago, three men, Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin and Michael Collins, set off towards the moon, aiming to have Neil and Buzz set foot on the moon and be the first to do so. In the past 45 years since the moon landing, a lot has happened. We've seen Concorde have its first commercial flight, Apple was founded, the first Star Wars film was released, Harry Potter was created, and so many other events. It's been 43 years since humans were last on the moon. It's been 43 years since a human ever went further than low Earth orbit, which is actually a really long time. So what are future plans of space exploration with or without humans? In around 360 days, or on July 24, 2015, the New Horizons probe will have its closest approach to Pluto, with a mission aimed to help us understand more about the planet on the outskirts of the solar system. A mission called InSight will be taking off during March 2016, aiming to drill beneath the surface of the red planet to take a look at Mars's evolution. The European Space Agency will be launching a satellite to the Sun in July 2017, with the satellite's mission to answer the question of how the Sun creates and controls the heliosphere. NASA is looking to put another rover like the Curiosity rover on Mars, with the Mars 2020 rover planning to assess planetary habitability biosignatures. The plan is then to return a sample of rock and dust samples from Mars and then return them to Earth, which is considered to be a high scientific return on investment, allowing us to analyse the samples without having to be on the red planet and run these tests using robots. NASA is also wanting to redirect an asteroid and put it into lunar orbit, which would see it orbiting the moon. The mission would then place humans on the asteroid by 2025. The mission is expected to help NASA get to Mars by 2030 and perhaps have humans orbiting Mars before we eventually put human feet on the red planet. The asteroid and Mars missions did mean that we cancelled a visit to the moon in the next 6 years. But NASA isn't the only one wanting to get humans to Mars. Mars One wants to be the first by getting humans on Mars in 2024, but Mars One is expecting a budget of $6 billion, whereas NASA reckons it would take about $100 billion. So who knows who's going to make it there first. Between 2025 and 2030, Voyager 1, which is currently the furthest human-made object from Earth, will die as its generators won't be able to power any more of its instruments. The Voyager satellites will be left to wander around the Milky Way until they eventually crash into something. This is just a fraction of the things going on at the moment, and it looks like the next 45 years for NASA and other space agencies is going to be very, very eventful. Feel like testing out your NASA knowledge? Click here to take a quiz about NASA, and as always, be sure to subscribe.